Welcome to the Future Strong podcast.
Great to be here.
Today we're looking at a really interesting perspective on automation and the future of work. It comes from a tweet by David Shapiro.
hmm Yeah, he lays out this potential timeline for getting to a post-labor economy.
Right. And the twist is, it's not really just about how smart AI gets, is it? It's more about humanoid robots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The core idea, the sort of bottleneck he identifies, isn't the AI brain. It's the physical production. Actually building enough robots. We're talking like a billion humanoid
A
robots.
billion, wow.
Yeah.
That's a number. So the question is, how long does that take, even if AI is advancing super fast?
And that's what the analysis digs into. He suggests that even if you could, say, double robot production capacity every 3 years, which is, incredibly optimistic,
That sounds really fast, yeah.
it still takes something like 2 decades just to reach that billion robot scale.
Okay, so 20 years minimum, assuming breakneck production speed. That puts the whole AI takeover narrative into a different light, doesn't it? It separates the AI progress from the physical deployment reality.
Precisely. And it's not just hitting the number, there are real-world constraints. A big one mentioned is rare earth metals.
The material science problem. For batteries, motors.
Exactly. Things like cobalt, lithium, you need them for the batteries, the actuators, sensors, all the crucial bits. And, well, supplies are limited. Mining is geographically concentrated. Ramping that up isn't trivial.
It's not like software, where you can just copy it infinitely. You need actual stuff dug out of the ground.
Right. And the tweet draws a comparison to cars, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
It took, 92 years for cars to really saturate the U.S. market, 1900 to 1992.
92 years, okay.
Now, obviously, cars were pretty common by the 1950s, but still, that's decades of building infrastructure, innovation. 2 world wars happened in there, too. It shows that scaling massive physical production takes serious time.
That's a really good point. Physical infrastructure versus digital speed. Completely different ballgame.
And the tweet apparently looked at some potential shortcuts, like pneumatic robots.
Yeah, pneumatic hybrid robots, but they sounded impractical.
Very. Needing air tank swaps every 20 or 30 minutes. You can't run a 24/7 operation like that easily.
Okay, so no quick fix there. But there was something else mentioned. Electropolymer muscles. A potential saving grace.
Yes. Electropolymers. That's more futuristic, kind of like artificial muscles. They could theoretically be more efficient, more like biological movement.
But they're not quite there yet.
Right now, yeah, the tweet notes they lack the strength and cost effectiveness needed for, heavy-duty humanoid robots. But if they improve.
If they get better and cheaper.
The interesting angle is that maybe the existing petrochemical industry could be repurposed to make them, which could potentially shave maybe 10, even 20 years off the deployment timeline. That would be significant.
Okay. So factoring all this in the production bottlenecks, the potential tech shifts, what kind of timeline does Shapiro actually propose? He breaks it down, right?
Yeah, he does. He separates the AI impact from the robot impact.
Yeah.
First phase, maybe 2025 to 2030. That's where AI hits knowledge work hard.
The KVM rule thing.
Exactly. Keyboard, video, mouse. If your job is basically done entirely through those, it's highly vulnerable to AI automation quite soon.
Okay, so knowledge work first, then the robots.
Then from maybe 2030 to 2040, that's when the large-scale robot deployment starts to really bite into the broader labor market. Physical jobs, logistics, that sort of thing.
And full substitution.
The projections suggest maybe 2040 to 2060 for more widespread global labor substitution by robots, but again, dependent on actually hitting those production numbers.
It's a long transition. But it's not like all jobs vanish, according to this view.
No, definitely not. And this is important for anyone, thinking about their career path. Several categories are flagged as likely to stick around for a while.
Like what?
Skilled trades, for one, mechanics, welders, electricians, simply because it'll take so long to build enough robots sophisticated enough to do all that complex hands-on work in varied environments.
So not enough robots, basically.
Not enough robots with the right skills, yeah. Then you have high accountability jobs.
Right. Doctors, lawyers.
Exactly. Professions that require licenses, insurance, legal responsibility, where society, laws currently demand a human is ultimately accountable.
That makes sense. And what about the meaning jobs?
Yeah. That's about authenticity, human connection. Think celebrities, artists, performers, athletes. maybe some educators, caretakers, priests, philosophers, roles where the human element itself is the value.
The things we value because a human does them.
Pretty much. Also, complex relationship jobs, politicians, diplomats, negotiators, some sales roles, and, of course, the ownership class, the capitalists.
So the advice then is maybe look towards skilled trades or this meaning economy.
That's the suggestion, yeah. Upskilling, reskilling in those directions. But the tweet also adds a dose of realism.
Which is?
More competition. If everyone pivots towards those areas, they'll naturally become more competitive, too. It's not a magic bullet.
Right, no easy answers.
Mm-hmm.
Still, this longer timeline, are there any upsides, any silver linings mentioned?
Well, yeah. The main one is simply time. More time for society, for individuals to adapt to these huge economic shifts. It's not happening overnight.
Less abrupt disruption.
Hopefully. And, for now, human bodies are still more available, more adaptable, more energy efficient than robots in many ways. That provides a kind of natural buffer.
And the whole Skynet scenario, Terminator stuff.
Considered economically impossible for decades, basically. Military safeguards, safety standards. AI isn't just going to easily seize control of hardware. And there are just vastly more humans than there will be capable robots for a long, long time.
Okay, that's somewhat reassuring, but there's a downside to the slow pace too.
Yeah, the flip side is ordinary jobs, maybe the ones people want automated away, might stick around longer than hoped.
So drudgery persists.
Potentially. And robot deployment will likely be uneven. Richer countries might get them faster, potentially worsening global inequality.
So how do we navigate this? Did the tweet suggest any mechanisms, solutions?
It touched on a couple of ideas, things like employee stock ownership plans, ESOPs, or maybe worker cooperatives.
Where workers own the robot.
Yeah, collectively owning and operating the robots that might otherwise replace them. Spreading the economic benefits, significant taxation on robots was also mentioned as another potential tool.
Interesting. Collective ownership or taxation. Big ideas.
Definitely requires some rethinking of economic structures.
So the tweet kind of leaves us with a question, doesn't it? Can we actually speed up robot production significantly? Or is the next generation still looking at a future dominated by, well, human labor, both skilled and unskilled blue-collar work?
That's the core question, yeah. And there's that graph included too, right? Showing the time to saturation versus how quickly production doubles.
Right. Tell us about that. What did it illustrate?
It really just hammers home the point about timescales. Even with really optimistic doubling times, say, every 18 months or 3 years, getting enough robots to replace, like, 700 million full-time workers.
Which is like a one-to-one replacement for a huge chunk of the global workforce.
Right. Even then, you're looking at roughly 35 years to saturation. And if the doubling time slows down, which is maybe more realistic,
If it takes, say, 7 years or 10 years to double production?
then the time to saturation balloons out massively. We're talking well over a century in some of those scenarios on the graph. It visually reinforces that building the physical capacity is a monumental, multi-decade challenge, regardless of AI progress.
So this whole perspective from David Shapiro, it's definitely a more maybe grounded view. It suggests the AI revolution in software might be fast, but the physical robot revolution faces these huge practical hurdles.
Yeah, economic, logistical, material science hurdles. It means the transition might be much longer, more complex than the sort of breathless headlines sometimes suggest.
Which gives us more time to adapt, but also means challenges persist longer. The ideas about which jobs stay and how we might structure ownership. Definitely food for thought for you listening.
Thinking about those constraints, the resources, the scaling, the different types of work seems crucial for figuring out how to navigate what's coming.
Absolutely. So consider those factors as you think about the future of work, your own path, and the bigger societal picture.